Good afternoon, everybody. It is looking nice out there this afternoon. It looks like Gina is beautiful from 250 feet up on that camera, on that tower. I guess it's the camera on the tower, whatever you want to say. It looks beautiful. Just some puffy, fair weather clouds as we have here in Alexandria. 90 degrees. I'm tired of that, but other than that, things are looking great. I think our wasp is back. I saw something fluttering on the left side. Dew point 68. That's a little high for this time of year, but we're not dealing with any massive crisis around here, so that's a great thing because so many to our east are dealing with or will be dealing with that as we have now another hurricane out there, Hurricane Milton, spreading some moisture out ahead already, seeing some light rain across Florida with some heavier rain moving in from the west. Milton is still way down here in the Gulf of Mexico, and we will talk about that in just a second. But for us here locally, just mostly sunny skies and highs in the upper 80s to near 90. As I said, this update is going to be more Milton-centric, but I will take you through a few things around here. Just some fair weather clouds that go away as the sun goes down, maybe a sprinkle or two coming down through New Orleans tomorrow, but we're not going to see much in the way of rainfall. In fact, I don't have rain chances in our 7-day forecast for the next week. Up into the northeast, some severe weather possible from Buffalo through around Cleveland. Pittsburgh also, perhaps Wheeling, West Virginia, seeing some storms out of this. And just a general thunderstorm outlook for Florida, but that is going to change as Milton develops or is developed now. And it looks like this thing is going to become a Category 3 hurricane. There are models that go higher than this. In fact, I did want to show you one thing. Let me see if I can make this happen on the fly here. So basically what we're watching with Milton is a rapidly intensifying system right now. Now, I think what's going to happen here is as this thing approaches the coast, as it approaches Florida, it's going to run into some drier air and some wind shear, and that could cause Milton some problems with being able to kind of hold on to the strength. So here we go. You see Milton down here just off the Yucatan Peninsula. I want to take you through this. You can see a lot of green around this. So tons of green, tons of moisture in place. So this thing is pretty healthy as it approaches Florida here. We are at midnight Tuesday night roughly. And as it continues, look at all this dry air on the backside of the circulation. The hope here is that that dry air works into that circulation. You can see how that brown kind of gets worked into the circulation as it makes landfall. And you know, don't pay attention to the exact spot on that landfall there. But if we can get that drier air to get kind of sucked into that circulation as the wind shear increases, that could take this down a category or two as it makes landfall. That's the hope and prayer right now. But realistically, I would plan for at least a Category 3 hurricane if you are watching in Florida. And now I'm sending myself back to where I showed you my Facebook page. That's okay. Nothing interesting there. And there we go. Back to the track. Right across around Tampa, between Tampa and Fort Myers, kind of the most likely scenario. The GFS really likes bending this just north of Tampa and then back out to the west. But the important thing for the Carolinas is that it looks like no impact up there. Now, there could be some storm surge and coastal flooding along the Carolina coast down to the Georgia and eastern Florida coast. And, of course, surge flooding near where that landfall point is. Spaghetti models also showing a very similar track to the east. Then it turns toward the northeast and back to the east. So would be a massive, massive problem if this thing were hooking up to the north. Now it's just a massive problem as it hits Florida. And you can see real good model agreement there on this system. So that is what we're looking like with this. Milton is organizing right now. Now I believe it was an 80-mile-per-hour hurricane at last check. And I just like to always make sure I'm giving you the right information. Yes, rapidly intensifying, 80 miles per hour. And looks like Milton is going to provide a ton of rain and wind across Florida. Now for us, no rain in the next week. So I put in the bigger picture here. And you can see from Jacksonville, Florida down to Tampa and Miami, about 4 to 8 inches of rain with this system, but the Carolinas and northern Georgia, Tennessee, they remain dry. This is not going to be a problem for them. Our 7-day forecast, you know, you almost feel bad. It looks so good here. Low 90s tomorrow once again, but then we dip down to the low to mid 80s. Overnight lows in the 50s from Tuesday through Sunday, and I actually think we get another cold front that comes in after that, and we're going to see things cool off a bit, maybe some highs in the 70s, and then the 7-day forecast beyond the 7-day. Here we go. take a look at those generalities. We have pretty much dry conditions still through the 20th of October. I think we're going to stay pretty dry. There is some hope we get a little rain toward the end of this 2-week period, but it does not look like anything heavy. And then we have temperatures just near or slightly above where they should be for this time of year. So low to mid 80s, overnight lows in the 50s. Soon enough, we are going to get one of those good cold fronts in here that cools us off into the 40s and brings us 60s for highs. I don't quite see it just yet, but it does look like we're kind of getting that way here as things are going to be cooling off in the next couple of days, and I am A-okay with that. I'll be doing more updates on Milton over at the United Cajun Navy page, so you can check it out over there. They have a lot of information on how you can help out, because this is going to be a multi-front battle we're fighting here in the Carolinas, Tennessee, northern Georgia. All that recovery still going on, and then now, of course, we have Milton to deal with. Probably a Cat 3 hurricane coming across Florida by Wednesday. All right, I will see you back here tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.